So let's start. Let's start to prepare a few things. As always, we need a trading view. We need reader Forex. We need investing.com. So we start in 14 minutes. So we are a little early, but it's all good. Just waiting so everyone have a chance to enter. Let's see, we need just preparing a few things here. So for the ones that want to start trading with me now today, you have time. Just use this for Forex, that's the broker I prefer, and for binary option, that's the one I'm using. So for the ones that want to start to copy, that's the ones I'm using. Let's see. Okay, so we start in around 12 minutes. I'll go and get some water. So yeah, we are starting in around 10 minutes. Just let everyone get a chance to enter. Just open some charts. Euro is doing good, but I think so I could just put up some lines here. So like I said, for the ones that want to start to copy, use the Forex broker you see here, and for binary option, use this broker you see there, because we will do both in these sessions. So we start in 10 minutes. So we start in eight or so minutes. Let everyone have a chance to go in. I did start the stream quite early, but we are not starting before 18:00. So just relax till then. If you need get some something to drink or whatever, a notebook or something if you need to take some notes, and we start in 6 or so minutes. By the way, everyone need to use this free service you have here. Sign up to investing.com, make account, put up your time zone, because then automatically the news calendar, for example, here, you have the ability to see if there are any news following your time zone. It's something you need both for Forex and for binary option. So it's completely free, no need to pay nothing. So if you have not done, do that now. You still have time. We start in 6 minutes, so you have time for that. Four minutes and we start. On day trading, I have figured out that most are interested about that. So we'll just look 30 minutes or so for the trading. We start in 3 minutes. Okay, we start in 1 minute. I will then start the recording. We are now recording. Everything looks start. Give 1 more minute, so we are exactly 1800. So then we start. Like right. Yes. Situation. You first of all, you need to take a look at. We always need to start with investing.com. So every day when you start either with the binary option or you start with Forex, whatever you do, don't do nothing before you open investing.com. So what you do, you can go to the front page here. First of all, make sure you register, because as you can see here now, I just have a free account, costs nothing. You just put up your time zone and that's it. Because what you need that for, you go to news, you see here, news. You can use it for many other things also. You find much good information, for example, about news are telling also. But for now, we are only going to use the news, and you go to economic calendar, okay? That's something you need to do every day before you start trading. Then you get a line, you see this line you see there? That line basically tells you the time it is right now. So then you need to look above the line. You can see now, for example, in my time it's 12, 18 in most of your times, I guess. But then you can take, then you need to see like 1 hour back. Was there any big news? No, no big news. And if there was any big news, then you need to go and check if there were any special moves with that news. If not, maybe wait a little more, because typically there can be a huge move when there are news. When I talk about news, you can see there are many news here, but we are looking only on what says 3 stars. And then you can see under this session now, that is 1 hour. That means till here there are no news. You can see basically next news are late in night actually. There you can see for the Australian dollar you have a 3-star news. That means in that time there can be big moves on Australian dollar, and then that means we can't be trading. And also can be smart just to close the trade if there are any big news. So that's why when you're trading, you need to think a little about that. So and the news come, you get a spike in the wrong direction, for example, because the news can be that. You hit your stop loss and then go directly back to where it was, and you lost the trade just because you did not think about the news. So keep away from 3 stars news. But today, as you can see, there are no special news that are going to inflect the market for us today. So investing.com for us today now is done. We don't need to think more about that. So then I always use TradingView. You can use your broker, but it's easier to see things in TradingView. So for example, when we see TradingView now, we are now in 30 minutes. We can see that we are in a very trendy market for euro. I don't see it in the long run, because if you see the higher time frames, look for sell opportunities. So you can see here now one sell opportunity. You can see here we have we did break this resistance zone that might be turning to support. It's something we can follow. Of course, you can be taking a long trade. Personally, I will, because like I said, if we go up to the higher time frames, we are clearly in a downtrend. But of course, if we take a trend line here now, we have a way up to go. We can go all the way up to this line here. So, and I've been talking about that also, that I think we will go up and retest here now. So sometimes I can speak and I change my mind when I start to look at the charts, because sometimes I have pre thoughts about how I think it should be, but when I start to mark up, I can see that it's not always the way I was thinking. So I change my mind always. So it's always smart to put up as many lines you can, so you have an idea about the market, so you then can take a good decision. So what I want to see here now is that we either, like you like us to let's just see that with a 1 to 1.5 or more. And if we close below, because if we zoom out, we can see back here. This is, let's see what will be a nice short till around this area. So let's mark up that area. Let's put a horizontal line there. Let's make that one another color, red. We take a stop loss there and take profit here. 1 to 142, it's acceptable. That's something we can go for. That's a trade I would have taken right here and right now. And also follow what I see on the confirmations. Many will say, why don't you take the trade now? Because this can be a fake out and it can continue up. We need to see that it close below the yellow line. So you always need some confirmations. Don't be taking trades just to take it because it looks nice right now, and think later maybe you get a worse position. Does not matter if you always wait for your confirmations, and confirmation is basically that you close below here now. So you need to have this confirmation so you can be able to take 22 minutes and see what we do, if this will be a trade or not. So for now we just mark it and we can come back to this. So yeah, like I said, we will check back here in 21 minutes and see if we close below, and then we'll take a trade or not here. So this is not a signal for now. We need to wait for the confirmation. Let's go and check other pairs while we do that. I think I see basic. We are. Here we got the trade already, because you can see we kept below, and we did take a nice, this will be a nice short if you have entered. It's not too late yet. We can see what is the next levels of interest. Let's see here. Seems like we have a strong, somehow strong at least, Resistant there. Let's see if that can make sense. Better entry for I would not have taken this trade because this will be a 1-to-1, I guess. I don't trade 1-to-1. A short position here could have been something like this. Let me see if we can. I would have taken stop loss. Let me see, a little about there, and take profit down there. It's not even 1-to-1. So this is a trade we can't take. This is one we need to follow and see if we can come in a little better position. So if we can get a little drawback up here, get a little higher up here, so we can get a closer stop loss, we can look 11 minutes ago, basically. So we can mark it. I don't see nothing we can do here. We have taken 2 Forex to now, no signals yet. So let's go into binary option. Just wait a little. So we are doing sessions every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. 18:00 every time. So let's, you don't need to do that, but I do. So what we are going to add, we will add, that's the only 2 indicators I need. We will then change the style a little, just so it's easier to see. And here we are only looking at the upper and lower band. So as we can see now, we are, let me zoom in. I think if we make a horizontal line here, we see it's a very good entry. That you can see we did go out in this area. We are in a not resistance but support area, or a win here is high. So now we just need to wait 1 minute. And we are ready to go in if we lose this trade. Total. Yeah, something like that. Then we need to wait 1 more minute. A very little movement. There, now we're getting a small push up. That's nice. Now we are just waiting for the trade to be done, and we won. So then we can go back here. And as you can see, we lost the first, but we did get it back on the second. So we made money. So you can see that basically just made $5, but it's money. The reason for the trade is quite simple. You can see, actually I can see one more trade here now. Let's take that. We go in there. We are in again. The reason for this trade is that you can see that we are going down to a new resistance zone here. So if we lose this trade, we take a 25 again. Let's now go to tick chart because we see easier our entries. And looks like we're going to win. And we won again. So then we can see we have 3 trades and we have 2 winners and 1 loser, but the loser we gain back here. So that's basically how I trade. We can go back to contract and I will explain a little. So basically, again, the indicators you need is Bollinger Band, and we need stochastic. Then what we need to make it a little more easy to see, we always change this to, at least if you're using like me, a black background, we make a white, and we make this one yellow. So what you want to do is, you can see here now, for example, we make a horizontal line here. Like I can show you just with a $1 trade here now. I take a long trade here now. The reason for that is, you can see we are low in the stochastic. We are in the bullish band area. We are at a support area, you see from here. And that's a very good, more than you lose. Like right now, you can see he's pushing down, completely okay. We could easily martingale out of this trade, but we are not going to do these areas. Let's say the market is here now. You start to mark up areas you can see that the market is touching many times, just so you can start to get a good view about what you can expect. Then when you, let's say you're here now, and you see you come out of the bullish band down here, then you see this is not valid more. You're not out of the bullish band, so you will not take it. But here, what happened here? Here you broke this one, but we see you're not out of the bullish band. But here you're touching it outside of the bullish band. You are low in stochastic. You would have taken a trade here, and you would have won. So basically you need 3 easier. You come down, you're out of the bullish band, perfect. You go down, out of bullish band, you touch the line, you enter on the line, you are low in stochastic, you go with the long and you win. Here we can say that this could have been a valid trade also. We are out of the bullish band in the top, we are in stochastic above this region, you touch the line, we put a short or put. So this is how you can be trading. You need to put support, resistance zone, and use stochastic and Bollinger Band. We are going back to our USD in 9min to see if we get a signal then. Signal. Because we need a confirmation. I'm waiting for a confirmation for the ones that didn't see. I can go back and explain. For euro against dollar here now, you can see we are breaking down. We are breaking down strong. So I told that I wanted to see if we broke down or not. Now we are breaking a little too strong. I actually would rather want to see if we could get a retest here before I enter. That's basically how I trade. I am very conservative when I'm trading. I'm very careful. That's why I have a very high win rate with Forex. I don't trade just to trade. If I go a day without trading, I'm perfectly happy with that. I am not the person that's going to take 100 trades a day. I take maybe two or three trades a day, nothing more. I only trade if I see everything is perfect. So right now, we can see now if this could have been a trade. Because if this now closed here, let's say, I will put the stop loss around there and take profit. Let's see. I will not have taken this trade because it's a less than to be able to take this trade. So right now, did break too hard. We need a retest before I enter. So this is what I'm talking about. We need so many confirmations to get good trades, because one-to-one, I don't trade one-to-one. I don't have interest about that. So I rather wait to get a better entry. So for me, it looks like we will not get a trade here now, but it's completely okay. Completely okay. The education is still here. We can see also, if you take here, we have more like a trend line. Let's look at that. Let's see. But no, we need to wait here. So I can remove this one so no one get confused. It's not a trade yet. I want basically to get a better entry. So we are waiting, and if we don't get better entry, no, open right away you break a support resistance zone. I don't do that because there are so often that you get fake outs. You get fake outs more often than you're breaking basic. Fake out is something that looks like, let me see, something like this, for example. See here? Let's say this was support area, strong. I don't know if it is, I didn't check, but let's say it is. Then you see you break below, people enter a trade here, and what happened? You shoot up again. That's what they call a fake out. Fake out is when you are in a, let's see if this is, I can't say, it's too far back. So areas basically where you have a strong support, you break down below it, people enter the trade right here, they think, wow, we're doing good, good. And then what happened? You shoot up again. That's a fake out. So that's why I always wait for the confirmations. For all I know, this can even have been a fake out. For all we know now, the next 5 minutes he can shoot up. But this is a too strong down for me to want to enter, because much better. We are not going to be hunting trades here. So let's wait and see what will happen. So I think we can say we are, for now, at least till we get a better entry, we are done with euro. I will check it, euro against dollar. I will go back and check it maybe in the end of the session. But right now I don't see trade with euro against dollar. GBP USD, here you can see that this would be a good line. And if you break it and then close below, so if you break here now, let's say break this line, we come below, we want to see more like a retest and then enter with a trade, because then we can take a, and target down to maybe around here, something like that. But for now, there are no trade here either. We could be looking keeps. I want to see the next bar to see how we are moving. So another trade can be that actually we can go for a long position if we see this support is this like there, and 1 to 6 trade. I like that actually better. So we times here now. If he breaks this support, then we go for the downside. If we keep it, we will see now in 2 minutes actually, if you take this trade or not. So let's wait here now for 2 more minutes and see if we can take this trade. Can take a little better stop loss, something like that. So let's wait and see. 1 more minute and we'll see if we take the trade or not. Then I will mark it up, new, and we take it. That will be the first signal of the day, if we can hold this support. That will be a quite nice trade actually. So let's wait and see. Looks like he don't manage to break the support. We need to wait. Yeah, perfect. We take a long position here. We take a stop loss. So then we take our entry there. GBP 3. We go in there. And we take a stop loss on this level. And take profit. Let me see. This is the Forex broker I'm using. It's the best one with the tightest spreads and everything. And for binary option, that's the broker I'm using. So that's the two I would say is trusted and good brokers for you to start using. Are there any other questions? No. So yeah, that's the first trade of the day actually. We can see we are retesting. Let's take something completely different. Let's take Australian dollar against Japanese yen. Breaking my own rules a little. Basically, we can see that we are in a support area. We would clearly want to break this before we see anything here, because the movement are so small. We can see the top area is there. So I don't trade this small area here. I want either to see that we break above or below these two lines before I take a trade in between here. You need to go in with so much money, it's not worth it. So yeah, and also you can, it's not so much movement down either, because you come to a next support down here that is also very strong. So I don't see it. I don't manage to see a trade here. So let's look farther. Let's take we can find out if the market can give us any clues. Let's take up in a high something. We can see now that we are in an incredible high, very strong support area, and you can see he's keeping it. So I would actually on GBP's against Swiss francs, we would take a short position. I think I will take it in around, let's see, stop loss like this there, and go to the downside again. So we take a, we can write that. Swing trade, GBP, stop loss we put at this level. and take profit at this level. This is a trade that might be open a couple of days. It's not a day trade, but it's a nice trade right now because you can see that we are in an incredible strong. You can see I touched it many times here before. If you go back in pound again, higher probability is that we go down here again. So I think that we will keep this this resistance will hold, I think. And if don't, you see that we are up here, we are a little above both the spikes. One spike here would have taken the stop loss, but the another ones we would hold. So let's wait and see. I think that's a good probability trade. And you see it's 1 to 9. That means 2 losers, basically 1 winner would gain back the losses. So that's also a way to trade. Today, let's see gold. Very long time since I checked gold again now, let's see. Gold is very bearish lately. Let's make a trend line. I see here now. We can see that we, let's mark it a little better. We can see, let's put on the spikes, something like this. Basically, I'm looking for where we are touching the most places, something like this. So it's a probability, and here we can see we have gold love to move around $50 a day, sometimes 100, but so he always, so you see here, for example, he stopped exactly on 1,700. So he loves, round numbers are very good in gold. You see here, for example, it's more like a resistance zone in 1800. Then here is the 50 area. So he loves to move in the $50 ranges. So basically a good trade could be here, for example, if you wait patiently till we maybe come and retest down in the 1700 level, take a nice long position. How I will have taken this trade? For example, let's say we come down and retest there now. Let's we take a stop loss for let's see, 95, 95, something very tight, something like that. Let's zoom in so we see better. Our support there, I feel that's a very good trade. Of course you need to follow because you need to take on one spikes down and enter when you come here, because you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times you had spikes down here. So let's wait and see if we can do that. But yes, so that's a gold trade I would have taken with a very high probability to win. Yeah, not completely, but nice and good enough. Good enough. And later on, of course, when we can break this trend, this blue line you see here, that maybe will be we are in around 20 long. Then I guess we will up and retest around 1750 or something like that. So it will be a very good long. And then of course we take again the stop loss maybe around the same position you have here, and we can target all the way up to 1750. Easy trade. So yes, now we are just waiting to see if we can go down here and we take the trade. Let's see if there are any questions. Okay, I will. I can show some setups. I can do that. So basically, a setup for me, I can do this on the gold trade, is that I would like to see, like I said, that we come down and test, for example, here on the 4 hour, that we come down to this here. Here I would actually open before I see that is going to hold or not. Take the stop loss here. But typically what I want to see is that you come down here, you test, and you close, and you see that it's holding, and then we take entry. Then we need to look at the next resistance zone. We can see that it's here. That's why you can see with another type of way of trading, like I said, is that you put trend lines. Trend lines is basically when you see that you have an area you touch many times, but you see it's a downtrend. So here, then you take on the spikes. Same you do in the bottom. That means when come like here, we come here, retest, we go down, we retest, and we break it. And when the 4 hour close outside of this blue one here, then we are going to have maybe a retest down here. Then this one is not so valid more, because that means we have change of trend. Change of trend, then typically we get a very strong power up after that will break easily. What you can do, of course, you can then wait for the second confirmation that we break this support and we take a trade above here, or you can just open a trade down here. Me personally, I will just open a trade down here, put a stop loss down in this region. He might go test here, go and then break. But probability is that we will go up after. This is not a long trend down, but it's a trend down, at least for a little while. So typically when you get something like that, he go then up to retest the start of the trend. The start of the trend started here, enter trade down here, and target 70.50, basically here. Let me mark better. Here, that's the region I will target. And then if we can, then let's say we come here. Let's say we get a retest here. I will take a stop loss just below here and take profit there. So that's a setup for you. So that's one trade I would have taken that you might see very soon. That we either, we basically we need to break this trend line to take a long trade. And I would prefer if we could break it like something like this. But if we break it, let's say he go up here and I break it there, but then we can take the stop loss below the last spike down, for example. So then we will not take a stop loss down here more. Then we'll take it on the last, let's say get a small spike down and go up. Then take below the last, like here, for example, last spike down. So it'll be still like maybe a 1 to 2.3 trade. That means if you lose $1 in the win, you will gain at $2.53. So then it's after, for example, if it's $100, you lose trade. Only thing I use is support, resistance, and trend lines. I don't trade anything else, and you don't need to either. It's training, you start to get a good idea about where to put the stop loss, and then you always need to see that if you take profit, I will say the take profit should not be less than 1.2 at least. If you start to be 1.1, then skip the trade. If you feel the stop a little bigger, because then in the long run, even if you trade 50-50, you will make money. Trade maybe just 1-2 hours a day. Max 3-4 trades. It's not about you don't need to be sitting trading full day. It's not necessary. If you have found your 3-4 trades, Then you can stop after 1-2 hours. Some days you basically will be looking, and you don't find any trades. That's completely okay also. Don't be hunting trades. Always be accept that if you don't find anything, don't trade. Because to just be hunting trades, you will start losing money also. So it's better to keep with your strategy. You need your written on your paper are not approved by yourself, then don't trade. Okay? So make sure that everything that you've written on your paper, that can be, for example, need to touch the support line, need to retest the trend line. And if you don't read that, if you start to be very strong with yourself to trade the correct way, like that, then you will be a profitable trader. If you start to be hunting trades, like we could see, for example, here on euro against dollar, let's go back and see how this trade looked like now. Like I could have been hunting the trade here, for example, right? I want to take a short position when we did see if we broke this line, right? I told about that, but I wanted a retest. We never got the retest. I could have hunted the trade here. Let's say now I do that. Let's say I have done that. Yes, we would have been in money now, but the trade would be something like this. 0.76. That means if then he turn around now and go up and hit my stop loss, if I continue trading like this, I need a win rate. Maybe even if I have a 60% win rate, I'm losing money. You see my point? So that's why it's so important to wait till you get this entry. Let's say you come up here now, then your stop loss suddenly can be so much smaller. You see? Now you can take your stop loss this, and you can take your take profit down here, and suddenly you turn the another way around. So your stop loss are so tiny, but your take profit is so big. So that means if you lose $1 on the stop loss, you earn $1.8 on the win, and that means even with a 40% win rate, you're making money. Do you see a difference? So 40% win rate can be better than 60% win rate. Understand? That's the important of setting the correct, wait for the correct trades. So here right now, I'm just waiting for a retest in the short term. Another case would be the best case scenario would be just if you keep patient, wait, follow, come here, and he retest here, and he break, and he close below here, and typically I would like to wait for the retest, but if I see the closing is close, very close to the trend line, I take a trade. I don't need a retest. I'm only talking about retest if he break down and he come like this. Then I want to see a retest before so I can get a better entry and then enter a trade. So here, for example, easy trade. Take a stop loss just right above the spikes, and then we can take us all the way down to this next strong support zone. You see? So this is the way I trade, and I'm never going to compromise this. I'm going to keep to my rules, and you should too. Keep to your rules, always, never break them. Don't hunt a trade like I said, we don't hunt a trade. To enter a trade here with a short here, that's hunting a trade because, like I said, the take profit is too small compared with what you need to have in a stop loss. So that's very important. I stream 3 days a week. See, I did write, I think I did write it up here before. Let me see. Yeah, just copy past this. Basically, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 18:00 every day. I stream, and I stream 1 hour. So Basically, Monday sometimes there are not so many signals. We got one signal, I think, today, wasn't it? No, two signals. We got two signals actually. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. And we did trade some binary option. Typically, I trade some binary option. It's a little difficult to follow me on binary option. You need basically to be sitting on the same pair I am with 1 minute. So if you want to copy me on binary option, make sure you have the same broker that I'm using. I'll post it again because you need the same broker, because another broker can be, as it's 1 minute, can be a loser compared with the winner with the same broker I'm using. So use the broker you see there. So basically, you see I push the button, you just push it directly also, and you are in the same trade. But because I trade in 1 minute charts. So it's a little difficult to follow, I understand. But if you're using the same broker, you can follow. I typically take like 2-3 trades with binary option a day. And with Forex, I typically find maybe 3 signals. So we can see if we can find one more signal for binary option. Right now, most of the pairs I find is for later. So we can see if we can find something that could be a nice trade. I always like to see on the 4 hours first. Okay, I think I see something here. We are here in resistance zone. You can see it's holding. Let's see where next. I think around here. Let's mark that one as a target. Okay, then let's turn over to the 30 minutes and see how it looks like here. Yeah, I think I can like this. What I will have as a confirmation here, we can see if we can close on the 30 minutes below this red line here, because you can see that we are above this short-term support here. So basically what I want to see is that we can close below here, and I would have taken a short position. Let's say he closed below here, and we can basically go all the way down here and take a stop loss, maybe something like this. That's a trade I would take in. We are very close to that, but I want to see that we close below this area here. Let's see if that's yeah, we need to do that. So let's wait and see if we can do that, because now basically he might go up and retest up here again. So for me, a confirmation here would be that we close below this red one here. If we come and retest up here, we can see if we keep below, we can even get a short position all the way up here. Then what I would have done, I would have closed at half position down on this support here, and kept that out and moved my stop loss to entry, and take the next to see if we can go all the way down here. But right now we do not have a trade on euro against Japanese yen either. We need to get the confirmations. So one, like I said, is that we come up here, we retest and we keep below again. Then we take a stop loss right above up here. We enter, we close half position down here. We move our stop loss to entry, and we take that. The next part we look to be down all the way down here, because then we are making money, by the way. But that's how I will play euro against Japanese yen. We are now going to stop in 2 minutes. No, I do not share my social media like my YouTube channel. I don't feel that's correct because I'm hired by RM Academy to make live streams here, and I don't think it's correct for me to compete with that, to give you all free options. So keep to here. I will not share my social media here. I will share my Forex broker and binary option broker because it's something I'm helping you all with, but I will not share social media here. We are going to stop in 2 minutes, so I will basically now just take questions. So if you have any questions or something, make sure you come back, tune back here Wednesday. I'll be here Wednesday, 1800 also. So we are going to go offline in 1 minute. So if you come with a fast question now, I will answer it. So if you have any questions, I take them now. Then we are done for today. So then I'll see you all in Wednesday. Have a perfect day.